morning, YouTube. Today I'm at the Delaware copper mine near Copper Harbor, Michigan, way up. And I'm about to go down into the mine. It's we're going down shaft number 1, and it's about 100 feet down. And I'm going to explore the mine. So I'll tell you as I walk in here. The mine was in operation from 1847 to 1887, and they took out 8 million tons of copper. So let's take a look down in here and see what we see. So as they dug in this direction, once they get down here trying to find copper, and they got a ways and realized they had gone in the wrong direction. So they turned around and headed the other way, which we'll go down in a sec. That's pretty much how it looked when they were in here. And they got this little area down here. You know, hot summer days, you want to have a nice cool spot to come down and have a picnic and hang out. There you go. Well, I think you can see is that there's 9 levels below us, and they are all flooded. So right there is the water going down. And they did some diving and exploring it back a few years ago. And they got a video up there at the entrance when you come in. You can see that. Now this power drill is from the 1930s, so it came along 50 years too late to be used on this mine. But back in the day, they would have a chisel with a tip sort of like that, and it was 3 men, 2 men pounding, and 1 man would turn it. So between every sledge, they'd drill holes in. Set the dynamite and blow the charges on Saturday night so that the Sunday the air would clear and be ready for them to come back in on Monday. So this is one of the tram ore carts that would have loaded up with ore and pushed back to that shaft number 1 where they dump it into the skip that was hauled up that slant up to the surface. And of course, the men had pushed them down this. There would be rails. You can see some of the ties still in here. So this is the Stoutenberg Fisher or Audit, named for a mining captain who found a copper outcropping on the side of the hill. And Audit is the tunnel in which the mine reaches the surface. And mining was done on this outcropping and 600 feet below here. And in the 1860s, copper ran out on this. They started mining through the rock that the tunnel we've been walking through. So this big pipe was used to bring compressed air down from the surface, and you can see where it branched off of this line. I've been following a branch of that on this, but it would have been down here back then. I mean, everything, there's 9 levels below us that are flooded. They had to continuously pump them out, so that would have been run by the compressed air. So if you come down here, if you're not like me and very, very warm-blooded, may want to wear a jacket or something. It's 45 degrees down here. To me, that's shorts weather, it's fine. But interesting tour. Costs $11. They only take cash or personal checks. So be prepared. And if you do get up this way, it's pretty interesting with a nice mine tour of what it was like back in the... Well, that's my down the tunnel out and back part of this. There is more to this site than just the actual mine. There are the ruins of the buildings that were part of the mine up on the surface, and we're going to head back up that 100 feet and go check that out. But if you do come up here, he is setting this up. This building is going to be a museum, and a lot of it's got a collection of steam engines and miniature steam engines, and got a little steamboat in there. He was nice enough to show me around, but it's not open yet. But hopefully when you come up here, it'll be here. So on the trail up above, he's got all kinds of engines, all kinds of sizes. Here's one of the drill, like down there, the 1930s style air compressor drill. And huge engine with a broken shaft with a dynamo. So I'm guessing this powered electric at some point, or was run by electric to compress air, more than likely. And this is the hoist house. There's one end, the roof is obviously gone and the walls are down. But there was more on the other side of that wall. This is late 18th or 1800s construction. I'm not sure, but that might have been a skip where they would have hauled this up to the surface, or a line of them up to the surface, and been able to pivot it and dump the ore out, send it back down for another load. All right, well, I think this is going to conclude my tour of the Delaware copper mine. Pretty interesting place. I've been in a couple of different mines before, and I'm going to be in some more. There's another one I want to check out, but not one that stopped working in the late 1800s and be able to see what that looks like. So I'm going to head back to the bus, get on the road, look for a campsite for the night. See you later, YouTube.